Hi there, and welcome back to our YouTube channel. This is, of course, Dr. NACHI SINHA, and today I'm going to talk to you about this concept called sunk cost fallacy and what it does in a relationship. I will talk to you through the term cost fallacy and how it exists in our relationship with friends and partners, and in general, explains a bit of how life is. And also suggest some ways to escape sunk cost fallacy. So let's begin with today's video. Now, sunk cost fallacy is a phenomenon where a person doesn't let go of a thing, and or in a relationship just because they have invested a lot of things into it. And these things that they've invested could be money, time, or effort. So they keep investing this time and can't seem to entertain the idea of giving up simply because they feel that they've already put so much into it that they just can't give up anymore. Let me try to explain with a couple of examples. I mean, the first example would be, so let's say suppose a person goes to a fancy restaurant or for a buffet dinner, right? And they pay a good amount for enjoying the buffet, and now they feel full after trying out a few dishes. However, they keep eating more because of this idea that they paid a considerable amount. And under normal circumstances, the person wouldn't have eaten so much. But in the buffet situation, they overeat to compensate for the amount that they've already put in, as that money, the investment is already gone. Well, let's look at another example. Another example of, let's say, sunk cost fallacy is continuing to watch the entire season on Netflix, right? Even when you don't enjoy it. You continue to watch the remaining episodes because you feel that you already spent a good number of hours watching the first few episodes of the half season, so to speak, and deep down you feel and the season or the movie might take an interesting turn of events if you continue watching it, especially in the context that you've already invested so much time into it and thought as well. Now, the sunk cost fallacy is common in relationships, in jobs, and even education. The person chooses to stay in an unhappy relationship or unsatisfactory job simply because they've invested considerable time and effort into it. So they stick with it, they drag it on and on and on, and they find quitting to be difficult. So let's discuss this idea of sunk cost fallacy in a relationship and the impact it has. So any person can fall into the trap of sunk cost fallacy. I mean, when people invest a considerable time with someone, they continue the relationship in hopes that things will improve. So they double their effort when the relationship isn't fulfilling to make it work. So they keep putting in more and more and hoping that'll make it work. The sunk cost fallacy also stems from the person's inability to accept the truth. Now, instead of accepting that things aren't working out as they were supposed to, the person invests more time to make it work. Doesn't want to look like a failure for trusting the wrong person or being stuck in a relationship that they should have quit a long time ago. Now, you might wonder that sunk cost fallacy is a relationship is not noticeable, or the person doesn't realize that they're a victim of this psychological trap. But that's not true. Now, deep down, every person knows whether the relationship, is working or not, or whether they're the victim of this psychological trap. However, a person who's spent many years together with someone doesn't give up easily. They think about everything they've done to make this relationship work, and how if they leave, all the previous efforts and all those investments again in emotion, time, and money for that matter will go down the drain. So here's some effects of sunk cost fallacy in a relationship. Number one, the person doesn't leave a toxic or unhealthy relationship. The first effect of sunk cost fallacy in a person is that they continue to suffer in an unhappy relationship, actually willingly. They know they're unhappy with their partner and their overall relationship, yet they will not end it. Whenever the idea of separating sort of comes into the mind, they immediately, sort of wander off to a time, in the beginning, and then notice how much time they've already invested. Moreover, they also fear what people will say about exiting a relationship after giving it so many years. Thoughts of what people say and the constant memory of the past efforts weakens the person's desire to be free of an unhappy relationship. So they continue to pour more and more effort and time in the hope that the partner will change and the relationship will become fulfilling one day. We all know how that's going to go. Well, the second effect of so-called fallacy is a person becomes pretentious. So instead of accepting that the relationship will not work, the person pours in more time and effort and try harder to please the partner and show people around them that they're in a very happy and fulfilling relationship. Now, by doing that, they imply that they're happy and that all the previous efforts were worth it. They'll maintain the image of a happy couple in public or with family. Now, the efforts will be directed towards making others, believe that they're happy, when in reality, they're upset. The relationship isn't working and they're feeling trapped. The third impact that we're going to talk about is a person focuses more on the past rather than the present or future. So the backbone of so-called fallacy phenomena is thinking about the effort, cost, time, and energy that you've already invested. And there's no way you can bring back that time again. So instead of thinking about the present or future, you feel trapped in your past. You feel upset about losing precious time and staying with the wrong person. Furthermore, you even feel guilty about not making the right decisions in your past. So to redeem your past mistakes and then sort of get back that time, you unfortunately continue to stay in a relationship that only offers you unhappiness. You delude yourself into believing that if you stay a little longer, things will take a positive turn for you. And by doing so, you're wasting more time. And you're also putting your happiness on hold. As we're talking about this, I guess, we begin to realize that we need to get out of this, right? So how do we get out of it? How to escape the sunk cost fallacy? And it's important to set yourself free from this trap. And, and perhaps the next 2 points I'm going to talk about will be the effective solutions that'll help you to get out in a relationship where this phenomenon exists. For example, the first thing we're going to talk about is have a conversation with yourself. To set yourself free from the phenomenon of sunk cost fallacy, you must understand your feelings. Ask yourself the following questions. You can even write them down in a diary or a journal to add more details. Questions like, is my relationship a happy and fulfilling one? How do I want my relationship to be? Would I choose my partner if I had met them today and known their strengths and weaknesses? And what are the weak areas of my relationship? What is the future of my relationship? Now, answering these questions will make you understand your relationship's state, right? How it feels like. If you think your relationship is just going through a rough patch and you care about your partner and you love them and go above and beyond for your partner. However, if you realize that you're not happy and have stopped loving your partner a long time ago, understand that you're simply dragging the relationship. You feel that you spend so much time together that leaving the person isn't the right option. And the investment you put in time or effort makes you feel that you should stay on. Now, a clear picture, understanding of your feelings will help you quickly escape the sunk cost fallacy. The second solution for escaping this phenomenon is to understand that time won't come back. Now, suppose you made reservations to spend a relaxing weekend at a luxury resort. You paid a hefty amount for it, and we're looking forward to a nice weekend. Now, here comes Friday morning, and you get a fever and not feeling well in general. So you call the resort and you ask them to cancel your reservation and refund your amount. No, that's when you found out that the amount was non-refundable. So you go, okay, now we have two options now, right? One, you cancel the reservation and go back to your bed and rest. Or B, which is the second option, is to get ready and go to the resort even when you're physically not well and your body ache is killing you. Now, in both cases, you aren't going to get your money. If you decide to go, you might deteriorate your health and not enjoy the weekend. But if you cancel and rest, you won't compromise your health. Sunk cost fallacy in a relationship is similar to the example shared above. Either you continue your relationship or end it. The past can't be undone. However, if you exit the relationship, you will set yourself free of an unfulfilling relationship. Now, how do you answer the question that I asked about the hotel, or which option you take will make you understand how far deep you are into this. And sunk cost fallacy is quite common in marital relationships. Many husbands and wives continue the relationship because they've been together for so long. You also see this in this school sweetheart phenomenon, right? Where we've been together since we were in whatever grade and so on and so forth. Sometimes many people continue with the jobs they don't love, and they continue in the hopes of redeeming their previous efforts. And this idea of the glorious past or the promise of a future, which is actually based in the past, a future that's, never really come and just becoming more and more distant. But the past doesn't come back. You do, though, have control over your present time and the future. Think about it. Well, thank you for watching this video, and don't forget you can reach out and ask for help if you're not feeling well or there are certain things that concern you. The help does make a difference, so look after yourself. Take care. We'll be back with some more interesting videos, which hopefully will help you live a better life. In the meantime, you take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.